Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com/comfort. Tommy John. Comfort perfected.
When it's time to replace your appliances, Lowe's has you covered. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. And members get more like free delivery, haul-away, basic installation and parts, and a 2-year Lowe's protection plan when you spend $2,500 or more on select major appliances. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 2/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Excludes Massachusetts, Maryland, Wisconsin, New Jersey, Florida. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Do you see us? Are you looking at us? Do you feel us in your spirit? And you say, what are you talking about, Jackie? I do hear you, but I don't see you. Well, then you're going to have to get your buns over to youtube.com/@who'sthebee because we're on YouTube now,
We're
y'all.
on YouTube now, babies. You can see whole episodes of us in our caftans. We're on a little bit of a different lanai, but I like it in here.
I know, it's a professional lanai.
It's not our same live, when we do our bitchathons. It's not our same lanai.
It's nice, though.
But
It's
here we are.
Switch it
Cozy.
up. Oh, and I'm feeling so good about being in a new space with you, Kara. I love, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. We have been recording, and since you guys don't see us, we didn't put on the caftans.
No.
And I feel like it misses an essence of drinking a BuzzBallz on the porch if you take the caftan off.
It's funny because I've listened to a lot of drag podcasts, and there's one with Willem and Alaska where before everybody was forced to create their own talk show to make a podcast, when it was just an audio medium, they would always joke that they were in drag. They would be like, oh, I love that headpiece that you're wearing. They would always be like, wow, that's really intricate. The beating is stunning.
Oh, no,
but they
and
were
now they
obviously
have
in their
to.
PJs or whatever, and now they have to. So now, you're seeing us in our stunning elegance, our caftans.
Our caftans.
We're on lanai. I'm Kara Klang.
I'm Jackie Zabrowski.
We're here. Who's the bitch?
Welcome.
Telling you who the bitch is. You're gonna call it. You're gonna call in, write in, leave us a voicemail, write us an email,
Just get to
a DM,
us.
and tell us what's going on in your life. We'll tell you who the bitch is as best we can.
Yeah, because it might be you, and that's difficult for us to say.
That's tough. It's tough. Sometimes you gotta look. Sometimes you gotta flip the front-facing camera around and go, "It's you, bitch."
It's you, bitch.
Yeah.
It was you the whole time.
And it's just
God.
as spooky as when I put my front-facing camera around and I'm like this, and I just get that full. That's as shocked as you are when you find out that you're the bitch.
And I don't even understand how Tolkien came up with the whole golem thing without having a front-facing camera. Like I feel like that's how I get. I'm like, I look at myself in the camera. I'm like, now that's a golem.
Now there.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's a gallum, because I'm a gal.
A gallum.
But I still wants the ring. He wants the ring.
Let's get through a little bit of business before we start. Our Valentine's Day bitchathon is Thursday, February 12th from 4 to 7 Pacific. That's tomorrow.
It's so soon.
That's tomorrow. If you're watching this the day it comes out, that's tomorrow. And that's 4 to 7 Pacific, 7 to 10 Eastern. You can tune in to the YouTube channel, Who's the Bee.
Maybe you're already here.
Maybe you're already here. Bookmark it, babies. We're going to be here tomorrow. And we'll be in our regular lanai taking calls live. So you can call in live, interact. We can ask follow-up questions.
We want to hear from you.
Yes. We might have a couple of special guests coming in to help listen to a couple bitchuations with us.
Who knows?
But
maybe they can.
Love will be in the air, but you can certainly call in to talk about anything not love-related.
Sure. And you can be hate-related. It can definitely be anything you want.
It can be anything.
As long as you can lemon squeeze me in.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Talking.
What a segue.
Oh, baby.
What a
we
segue.
are talking about the lemon squeezy, pink lemon squeezy BuzzBallz engagement ring. Yeah, we here, not sponsored by BuzzBallz. And I don't know if we ever would be because technically we give them We do it for free.
Yeah,
So
they've not contacted us.
No.
Despite our extreme. I mean, this is a new flavor called Pink Lemon Squeezy. And to celebrate it, and many of you, thank you for our bitchlings at home who have sent us this information over Instagram.
Thank you for looking out.
They are, I guess, as of this episode, the auction has already opened up, but an auction will open up on February 3rd. A one-of-a-kind engagement ring inspired by BuzzBallz' newest pink lemon squeezy flavor is up for auction February 3rd through 10th. So that means the auction closed.
Oh my God, it's already over by the time you're listening to this.
Yesterday.
Oh my God, I'm sorry that you missed it.
God.
But don't worry, I'm so, you know what, I want to say it, proud of woman-owned BuzzBallz because they made sure to include on the website that it's a lab-grown 9-carat pink diamond. I think this is good because there's no blood on these ball hands, all right? So don't be looking, this ain't no blood diamond, all right? It's
Grown
a
in a
lemon
lab.
squeezy, or it's a lemon squeezy diamond. And I hope maybe if you crack the top of it, you could just pour a little bit of, I guess.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah,
and
and
there's
goes,
like a tiny little shotino of BuzzBall Pink Lemon Squeezy,
9 carats.
valued at $35,000.
And people, man, it's
But the starting bid is $2.14 for Valentine's
for
Day.
Valentine's Day.
So I guess the idea is that you wouldn't even give this. It's an engagement ring. Do a lot of people get engaged on Valentine's Day?
I imagine they do, right?
I guess.
I think that
Feels like Christmas is a big day.
That I don't understand. And I feel like a lot of people, have the conversation with your partner before you decide to propose in front of their family or on like a big day. Like make sure you talk to them before you ruin the Christmas.
Yeah.
For them and for everybody else.
Yeah. So I thought maybe it's a Valentine's Day promo, clearly.
Yes.
But then it's for engagement.
It's for an engagement.
So for those of you that were thinking about getting engaged, hadn't spent the money yet, hadn't bought the ring, but you're like, oh, this ring's available for up to 35. Or I mean, who knows what? What do you think? Okay, we got to bet now.
Okay.
What's your over under? What do you think the highest bid is going to be?
I'm really hoping, and I'm so upset because I wish that we as a community could come together and be like, let's only pay $2.14 for this ring. Because wouldn't that really stick it to that lab-grown 9-carat diamond? But I think that people are going to go the distance. I'm worried they're going to Lisa Barlow go the distance on this one.
I want you to go the distance.
I'm going to say, I think that somebody that's real annoying, that's looking at everything in this world right now being like, man, sucks with all them out there. I feel like they'd throw down a cool $40K for this ring.
I think that there are so many people swimming in money that this is going to go for an exorbitant amount of money.
You think it's going to be really crazy?
My bet is that this goes into 6 figures.
Wow.
I just think people
one of a kind.
Or am I crazy? I sort of think people are going to try to do it as a stunt. And if you're like a huge YouTube creator or something like that, and you just make millions of dollars a year, what is that?
Can I just throw it out there as someone that is trying to be a snackfluencer, okay? and I'm dogged on the race to being a snackfluencer, all right? So many of these companies come out. Remember when BuzzBallz came out with the pool too?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh my God, it's only $20. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But then it was like
$200
shipping. And the thing is that all of us snackfluencers out there want to get, like, for instance, I got a Mr. Bubble, like the bubble bath. They started selling the craft soda version of the bubble bath because, like, when we were kids, we were all thinking about drinking the bubble bath. So I saw this. I purchased it. You could only buy it in 24 packs. So I have 24 cans of this bubble gum soda. But then you see it, and all the snackfluencers are talking about it. But then you spend the money for it, and by the time you get it, nobody cares.
No one's talking about
Nobody talks about it anymore. Nobody cares.
Because I think that's the whole thing is once you're a snackfluencer, you'll get that first.
So you have to, but then that's the thing. How do you become a snackfluencer? How do you get there?
Everything's rigged.
How do I get the PR packages?
Nepos, they're the children of other influencers.
Yeah, and they're out there always getting, they're getting the first Cheez-Its.
They get the first ones.
Those bastards, I know they're getting every Oreo flavor first, and I'm pissed about it. Those Nepos, cough it up. Give me the calories, cough it up. They're mine.
I'm telling you, I think that you're right. Maybe the buzz about this was big. Maybe by the time the auction actually happens, people will be over it and it won't get a big reaction. But I was thinking that some weirdo is just going to be like 100,000. What do I care?
I know,
I'm
because
swimming
they have
in
all this money. It's just,
and then just to win it.
There's
and
no
then,
middle class anymore.
because
so this is the thing.
nobody's girlfriend or boyfriend really wants this ring, right?
No, but
It's not like.
But Kara, if you did have an extra 6 figs to be like, I want that stupid thing, I guess I would buy it.
Yeah, I can never really believe it on the Housewives when they're when they show a little chyron on the bottom that's Birkin, $130,000, and it's a tiny little purse that the ladies are just bringing to lunch. I'm like, wait, what? That's
Why?
so much money. That's an incredible amount of money for a purse. And so but I'm just wondering if that's Birkin, that's Hermes, that's a legacy brand. I'm just wondering if BuzzBallz
it's
has
up
the
there.
same cachet.
BuzzBallz, Givenchy,
Givenchy, yeah. Is that the same cachet, or will it just be some creator being LOL, I spent $100,000 to get my girlfriend a BuzzBallz ring and she hates it.
I think
it's
that
going to
is-
be like a David what you guys know what I'm talking about. Dubrovnik or something. It's not Dubrovnik. It's David Dobrik. He's a big pranky guy but he'll buy his friends a Lamborghini as a LOL.
as an
I bought you a
LOL.
Lamborghini. So you know what I mean?
That is an
I
LOL.
can see it be one of those hey, if anybody wants to LOL,
That's what I'm saying.
buy me a Lamborghini.
Throwing it out there. If you want to LOL at us, I'll take it.
I'm huge. I'm a big Facebook marketplace person. So even if you got me this ring, I wouldn't wear it. I would sell it on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Go make the money somewhere else. Go
Oh my
find somebody that
God.
would pay 6 figs for
It's
it. But
so crazy.
Thank you for bringing up the Housewives, Kara, because let's say
When am I not?
how you say I've been depressive and maybe I've been watching a lot of. If there is one thing I could recommend to anybody, if you are in a depressive state, you know what? There's so much of. Real Housewives. And man, it's just
If you want a show you're never going to run out of.
just put on the Housewives, and I am so excited because the OG Real Housewives of New York ladies are getting together. They're going against Bravo. They're going over to E to create their own Real Housewives of the OG New Yorkers.
Okay. But when you told me this, didn't we discover that it's maybe just a special?
We don't know. The word is, so I've seen the word special. I've seen the word series. I'm going to put it out there. I don't think they know yet.
I think it's because it's going to be over on E, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Kardashians used to be on E and then they went to Hulu. It's kind of like, I feel like they're trying to feel it out if they have big enough followings that people will follow them off of Bravo to E. Especially because now everything is streaming, everything on Peacock is Bravo, everything on Bravo is on Peacock. So I can watch all my Housewives. Where am I watching E stuff if I'm a cord cutter? I'm sure there's a way.
I'm sure it's on
but
one of them.
I don't know. It just might not be as accessible. So maybe they're we'll give you a special. And if it does well, it could become a show. But this is very exciting that some of these OGs are going to get together. Because, at this point, some of these ladies are pushing 70, and I love that.
Well, then, okay, so I'm seeing that you can watch E stuff on Hulu.
Oh,
but it's
maybe.
also saying
But
Peacock.
But that might be certain shows, and it might only be if you pay for Hulu
and it's
for
live
TV.
TV. That's
Yes,
what it is.
I don't pay Hulu
And
live
me,
TV. I get all my Peacock stuff the next day. I get my Peacock stuff the next day. So I'm just saying, I wonder if it's if Bravo has the infrastructure in there where everybody's already watching these people, and can you survive as a Bravo celebrity jumping to another network?
Can Real Housewives survive?
Can you survive
this?
outside of the Bravo pool? Can you jump to another pool?
It's
a great question.
But we're going to watch it.
remains to be seen.
Are you going to watch it?
With those people that you named,
Yes.
Ooh, it's Luann, Ramona, Kelly Ben Simone.
Oh, yeah. Jill Zarin.
I've been wanting Jill Zarin back on television for a very long time.
And Sonia Morgan.
And
as
Sonia,
well.
I would watch those women.
Also,
Kelly
here's-
drives me crazy, but I understand why she's
Kelly
needed.
drives me crazy, but you know what? Throwing it out there, stick in their pro corner. No, Alex. I'm there. I overheard
Alex
her. I was
McCord.
going through Insta, and she was talking on some podcast about this, and they didn't ask her, and I just heard her voice, and I was like, oh God. And I'm so glad they didn't ask her. And if it was bitchy, yeah, the Real House bitches, that's where I'm at.
If you don't watch Real Housewives of New York, or you never watched the early seasons or something like that, there was a woman named Alex McCord who was on the very first season, for the first few seasons. And she was
annoying, and her husband's annoying.
Very annoying. And like she was at the beginning where they kind of didn't even know what it was. Now they all come on, they kind of produce themselves. She was almost producing herself in a bad way. It was like everything she said almost seemed like she wrote it out beforehand and was delivering it to camera, thinking that she was very clever. And her husband was famously a creep who said that he orgasmed while sitting behind her during one of her births one time. He is...
Wait. Who's the bitch? Him. What are you talking about? So
he said one time he was like sitting behind her, like coaching her while she was giving birth to one of their kids, and that he like jizzed.
Okay.
They like talk about it, I think, on the show.
I just
Did you miss that?
I must,
because you're past the Simon years, aren't you?
I'm past the Simon years, so I must have missed that. And I'm going to throw it out there. Should have been a bigger deal.
Yeah.
I think it should have definitely been a cornerstone of the show. If that is, I'm assuming in my brain, he was like almost behind her, like when she's in the tub, like actively giving birth, and he's just rubbing his dick up behind her, just being like, oh, my wife. Oh, I like my wife.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then he comes on her.
Okay. I don't know if he said it on television, but it's on Reddit, and it's like he gave an interview where he talked about it. And he said, Alex did. Alex gave an interview where she talked about it and said he'd actually ejaculated.
Kara, what would you do with the
Neither
cum?
of us was thinking of sex at the time. I mean, I would literally use the cum to sign my name on divorce papers. I'm like going through the worst pain of my life, and you're basically...
And you're coming?
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Carvana's so easy, just a click, and we've got ourselves a car. See?
So many cars. That's a click-tastic inventory.
And check out the financing options. Payments to fit our budget. I mean, that's...
Clickonomics 101.
Delivery to our door?
Just a hop, skip, and a click away.
And what?
No better feeling than when everything just clicks. Buy your car today on Carvana. Delivery fees may apply.
But they're trying to act like
they're so sensual. Like,
it was so. It was when they untangled themselves because it was a tsunami of endorphins. Ugh, whatever. They're so gross. Like I can't with them.
If he had been like, and I also shit, like I empathy shit when she shat, I would get that more.
Okay.
That I would be more fine
I'm down with
than coming on her back while she's giving birth.
They're just really, and I think we're all now so attuned to like housewives and reality people being a little bit more like just sort of camera savvy and storyline savvy, and they know like what to talk about, what not. Like Alex would not be invited back into reality TV now. She's such a product of early reality TV. I don't think she would be back on any of the Housewives, personally.
Also, she would constantly be like, no one's allowed to talk about my kids. No one can talk about... And she was a horrible parent, all right? Those kids were running fucking ragged, all right?
Francois and...
That's
what's
crazy.
The other one?
I don't even know.
Their names
and I
are
feel
crazy.
like they weren't even... I was like, you're in front of cameras. You're not going to be like, hey, you should maybe... And I know parenting is difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm sure parenting in front of a camera, also difficult.
Oh, Johan and
Francois, yes.
Never forget Johan face.
Yeah,
during
oh my
Scary
God.
Johan face.
Face.
She tried to do a modeling shoot where they tried to get her to relax her face and she couldn't. Like Alex is so like this weird person. Anyway, she gave us a lot of great moments. Even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes, et cetera, et cetera. We've had a couple of great moments that she spawned. And while you are doing this, I am in Brooklyn. She was also this person that was like really trying to make Brooklyn happen at the time. And it's like everybody normal knows that Brooklyn has beautiful parts, but she was like always this like redheaded stepchild.
And
literally,
I'm gonna make the girls come out to Brooklyn. It's like yeah, and you live in a full brownstone. Stop pretending like you're slumming it.
Yeah.
In
Meanwhile,
Brooklyn.
Luann did say that she never goes below 14th Street or something like that. It is weird that she went to Brooklyn. But what is happening with your RHONY journey? That you're on your RHONY journey, and we're going to watch this.
We're going to watch this E thing. Thank you.
We're going to watch this E thing, and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully, Sonia meets somebody who proposes to her with a BuzzBallz ring.
Oh my God. That's where you spend the money.
Yes.
You bring it onto the reality show. But also, I tell you, so funny to watch as someone that is in season 8 of Real Housewives, to watching Ramona for years being like, Mario's the best. Mario's just the greatest.
It's really tough.
Mario.
It's really tough to watch old episodes when you know they're divorced in real life.
Now she's just like, well, Mario's the best. And she's like, but she's not even saying that.
She doesn't. She doesn't talk shit about Mario.
Mario.
I think she wants to leave the door open in case he ever wants to come back.
Of course she is. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's okay.
You want me to bring up the fact that Ramona screamed, slit my wrists in an argument at Bethany Frankel? Because I do want to start yelling that whenever I'm arguing with it. Well, slit my wrists. That's one of the most over dramatic. Can you?
Because I don't think that Ramona fundamentally understands language. I think what she means is like, put me on the cross.
Put me on the cross. Yes,
exactly.
Of course.
Like something like that.
Yes, of course. That's
like I'm a martyr. So she's like, slit my wrist. It's like nobody ever slits anybody else's wrist.
That's just the craziest thing.
That's like not really a thing.
Like they're at a fashion show. Like this is not the time to be screaming this.
She just does not. The way that so many of them struggle with like the English language as American-born people, as English as first language speakers is shocking to me.
Interesting.
And you'll find out more if you ever get to New Jersey and you hear Teresa Giudice pronounce words. It's really tough.
I can't wait to get there.
I will say, I just really wanted to quickly call out that if you've ever watched us live before, you know that I'm usually wearing a plain black flip-flop. And today I did forget them. So I am wearing flip-flops from the nail salon that they give you in case you wear sneakers to the nail salon or something. They give you, these have just been in the back of my car for about 5 years.
So can we give it up for
I'm
Kara?
sorry. Don't zoom in.
No,
these are...
you're giving this out for free. This is free feet over here.
I couldn't be just feet out on the first taped episode of Who's the Bitch.
I completely understand.
I couldn't.
Honestly, I have on leggings that usually wear on little shorts, but I forgot my shorts. I just have these leggings and I hated the way they look and I was going to take them off, but I was like, I can't sit here.
I'm sitting here without, I'm only wearing underwear.
You're only wearing,
I'm only wearing underwear.
Should I take my pants off?
Take your pants off.
Well, now I feel like I should take my pants off.
We're going to take a break. Jackie's going to take her pants off. Just kidding.
Yeah, I will.
Let's get into our solicited advice, right, for today. We've got a bunch of submissions.
Let's get into
Let's get into our first voicemail.
Thank you for calling Who's the Bitch. Tell us in the voicemail who's the bitch. Beep. Hi, Kara and Jackie. This is Amelia. That's my real name because who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I've been a huge LPN fan for a long time and just love you both, and I think you're so fabulous, and I don't want to waste too much time on telling you how awesome I think you both are because I know that I'm long-winded, so I'm just going to get right into it. If this doesn't fit the criteria for the podcast, then that's totally cool, and just ignore it, but I have been debating with this internally for a long time, and I would love to hear your input. I have been in a relationship with a guy for like about a year and a half now. And he is not the father of my child, but I have a 4.5-year-old son and he spends a good amount of time with my kid. My kid absolutely loves him. He loves my kid. They're both into like Legos and stuff, which I could truly give a fuck about, but they think that it's great. And I love that, and they bond over it, and he, has just been really amazing as a partner in that sense, considering the father of my child has essentially totally stepped out on us and is like not a part of the picture anymore, which
so
is
sorry.
a whole other can of worms I will not get into.
Yeah.
But he and I also work together, and we have been approached by an investor. We both work in the restaurant industry. We've been approached by an investor, and she wants to start a restaurant with us. And I think that we could definitely do this because we work really well together and we both know a lot and have a lot of experience. However, I was planning on breaking up with him.
Ooh.
And I want to know if it's okay or if you think it's possible for me to be able to break up with him and us still be able to run this restaurant together. He is, listen, like I said, he's really great with my kid, but me and my partner, we have no physical relationship, like, at all. And he knows this. Like, I feel like I've expressed to him on 2 separate occasions in our relationship that I felt like I wasn't really satisfied physically, and there's kind of no other issues in the relationship other than that. And I told him very plainly what it is that I wanted physically from the relationship, and he said okay, and then nothing ever changed. He's a really nice guy, and we work really well together and all of this, but there's just we have maybe like really good sex like once every like month and a half. And that's just not enough for me. I'm 28 years old. I'm not old enough to just like have sex like every month and a half.
Yeah,
I wanted a little bit more.
None of us are that. No.
I don't know exactly what the age cutoff would be for me to like not want it as frequently as I do, but that just kind of, I feel like I'm too young to like settle right now. And I guess what I'm asking is, am I the bitch for wanting to leave this guy who on paper is perfect in every way other than the fact that we don't like connect physically? There's been times where like even like first thing in the morning, like I'll try to like hook up with him and like he can't get hard, and like I'm like wondering like, is he gay? Or is he like incompetent? And am I a dick for like thinking that? Cool. Yeah. I don't know if I've just made myself to sound like a complete asshole or not. He's a really nice guy, and I don't know what to do. So thank you so much. I think you both are wonderful. Jackie, Kara, you are queens, and you are an inspiration. And I hope I didn't just embarrass myself, and y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you. Mwah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. First of all, you're not a bitch for wanting to break up with someone that you're not physical with. I mean,
because out the gate, can I just say, when you even said, and I feel like I've definitely said that kind of stuff before, and I know that other people have, when you say, he's perfect on paper, he's perfect, except it's like, that
then
means he's not perfect. He's not perfect.
I was thinking that exact same thing.
But like, we all have said that before. Like, I completely get that. He's not perfect. Or if anything, he's not perfect for you. And that is huge. That is a physical relationship is a cornerstone. It's a part of the foundation of a relationship. And regardless of maybe both of you think, oh, I'm just not that into it, that's all good. But it needs to be something that you have to be happy with your physical relationship. Yeah, that's a huge part of a relationship.
You're just describing a really great friend.
Right.
You're just describing a great
really
friend.
Great roommate that comes over, that helps with the kid, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
And someone it seems like enjoy working with, to the point that you would think about investing into starting a restaurant with him.
Yeah.
So,
and there's some people that are like, for neither of us, sex is really not that big of a deal. And so we just have kind of like a no physical relationship, and he's the best husband, she's the best wife, whatever,
and
boyfriend.
then they are perfect for each other.
And we are just going to do that, and that's great. they are perfect for each other because their libidos like match each other. This isn't working for you.
Right.
So you're complete. I see where the complication is coming in about
talking to him.
And like keeping the relationship going. I mean,
my question, because you even brought it up, so that's why. So I want to say, Amelia, proud of you for bringing it up twice, especially after the first time having not been listened to about it, and then venturing to bring it up again, because it takes a lot, especially when you don't have that communication, like an open sex communication with your partner. It takes a lot to bring up. Now I feel like you've done the hardest part of this, which is bringing it up. I feel the first time. Yeah. That is the hardest part. You have more questions though, and I'm not saying that like you need to be with this person or like you are wrong for feeling this way. The only thing I would throw out there, even though it does seem like you are at a point where you don't even want to broach this, is to further ask, like, is there something that you feel is missing? Because like you said, if he's not getting hard in the morning, it's like, what is going, like, is it something like you're just not that into it? Is it something like, oh, it's too much pressure and anxiety in the morning?
I want to know what he says, like when you first brought it up to him, did he say, oh, because like it could be a medication that he's taking. It could be like, I mean, I think I immediately went to the heated rivalry of it when you said, is he maybe gay?
Is he gay?
You know, you said incompetent. I think you meant impotent. That can be an issue too. That could be, you know, he could have
it's anxiety related.
He could have some ED issues or whatever, and that's totally fine. But if he's not able to talk to you about it, then that's also an issue in the relationship. Like that he can't go, oh my God, I think you're so hot and I want to have sex with you so bad. I'm having XYZ issue. It's this, it's that, it's this. I'll go to a doctor. I'll go see this. If it's just not that big of a deal to him, if he's just like, sex isn't that big of a deal to me, I've been like this with my other girlfriends, or this has been my whole life, then
that's a different
thing. Then that's a different thing. And I think it's like totally within your, like, it's totally reasonable for you to be like, I can't. You've given a year and a half to this person at the age of 28, which is you're young.
Yes.
Like, you know, that this is the time where you could be giving that time to, you know, someone that you're going to have a longer partnership with, or marriage, if that's what you want, you know?
And also for me, it's like, when I think about when I was first dating Jeff, I knew for myself, I have a high libido, and that is something that I was looking for.
Better be ready.
And so but like, it was a part of our conversations in the beginning of like, if we were at a place where your dick stopped working, like, how do you feel about medication? Like, how do you feel? Like, we did discuss all of those things, because I made it very clear that I was like, for me, at least where I am right now, and of course that can change, that, you know, we are all ever flowing, ever moving beings. I just needed to personally hear from him. And I gave the same, that if there was an issue that was affecting me and both of us, that it is something, regardless of how sensitive the issue, it is something that we would take care of. I want to be able to talk about these uncomfortable things so that we can broach the subject about even more other uncomfortable things.
And this is why I love the BITCHathon so much, because like if this was a live call, I'd be like, okay,
what did he say?
Happened the first time you guys talked about it? Was he just like, oh, got it, we'll work on that.
I need the reaction.
And then that's it, we moved on?
Right.
Got it. Yeah, we can have sex more for sure. Anyway,
and then just
what do you want for dinner, babe?
Right.
Like, did it just move on? Like, did we get to any deeper level of why it's happening? Because like, then I think it's like warranted a second conversation of like, it's just like really not enough for me. It's making like, I'm just trying to understand what the issue is.
You take charge? Like, is it something that like
no,
maybe
because she tries in the morning and no happening.
But maybe that's like part of that discussion of like, does he not like it when she initiates? Is that like, but that's also many more questions. I know, it's like, that's many
you
more
don't initiate
questions.
until I'm ready to initiate.
But like,
that's also a problem.
It's also a problem. It's like, it depends on your relationship and what each of you both are wanting and looking for, because it sounds like right now this relationship is not perfect for either one of you. So any decision you end up making, I would definitely say, you know, don't start talking about money and investments in anything together. I mean, it seems like that's not really what your question is. Like, I feel like you know that.
It's kind of like, I don't want you to stay in the relationship because of the restaurant.
Because of the restaurant.
I think that's only going to lead somewhere bad.
Exactly. When you're dating it is, in the same way we talk about this with like giving money to family, and it's hard where it's like starting things and starting financially investing projects with friends, significant others, family members should be tentative, should be done with hopefully outside perspective.
It's really
with
hard.
Like lawyers and things like that, because it gets dicey fast.
So fast.
Fast.
So like, I get it, because it's like you want to keep this guy in your life, A, as a positive influence for your kid,
and I get
B,
that
because of like the work opportunity, which sounds cool. But yeah, I wouldn't like keep faking it, or babe, this shit takes a while to get off the ground. You're going to be like 35 years old, having put what, 9 years into this relationship, and be like, and I never have sex, and I'm not in love with you, and whatever.
No.
So let's have another combo with him, my opinion. Have another combo with him. If this is something that we get to the bottom of it, we dive a little deeper, it turns out it's a physical thing. Okay, are you willing to explore like a medicinal thing?
Right.
Or maybe like there's like some kind of recreational drugs that could work like for that. If he's willing to get into kind of stuff like that, maybe you guys are staying together and you can work through this restaurant thing.
But this needs to be addressed before anything else. If you want to move forward.
Because you're not weird for wanting sex more than every 6 weeks.
No, you're not. And also,
like, I
don't think there
kids.
is
I have 2 kids and I'm much older than you, and I want them more than that.
And I feel like I know that like for some people, I guess there is a cutoff, but like the amount of sex that you want to have is the amount of sex that you want to have.
And I'm also not shaming anybody that has sex once every 6 months. If that's what's good for you and
then
your
that
partner,
works for
that's
you.
great. If you, like Lisa Vanderpump, you don't watch Housewives of Beverly Hills. She's always like, we only have sex on birthdays and anniversary. Like, so essentially 2 times, 3 times a year. She's probably joking, but if that's your thing,
that's your thing.
That's your thing. But it's got to be both of your things. You can't just be sitting there like waiting for this every 6 week dick down. That's not going to work.
That's the worst too, when it's like really great sex every once in a while too, where you're like, and I know you're good at it, so I want more of it. It's not even like, oh, and he's really bad at it either. God, that gets even harder.
Yeah.
Or not harder.
Yeah.
Really
all right. Thank you so much for
Thank you, Amelia.
submitting.
Also, beautiful name. God, I love the name Amelia. It's such a beautiful name.
Reggie, I just sold my car online.
Let's go, Grandpa. Wait, you did?
Yep, on Carvana. Just put in the license plate, answered a few questions, got an offer in minutes. Easier than setting up that new digital picture frame.
You don't say.
Yeah, they're even picking it up tomorrow. Talk about fast.
Wow, way to go. So, about that picture frame.
Forget about it. Until Carvana makes one, I'm not interested.
Car selling made easy on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because, let's be honest, if shoe shopping isn't fun, are you even doing it right? So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Good different. Try something that feels like you. You know, the real you. And then definitely brag about it later. Because at DSW, you've got unlimited freedom to play. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Let's, Jackie, read our next thing.
You got it. Hello there, Jackie and Kara, you wonderful, wise bitches. I'm a big fan of the LP network and have been really enjoying the show and y'all's grounded yet comical advice. Thank you. Now let me get into my bitchuation involving an abusive alcoholic ex. Okay, I'm a dude, one of the cis straights, but don't... Sorry, I heard I'm a dude and all that happened in my head is I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes from the Hamburglar. It's not the Hamburglar.
I don't
Good
even know this
Burger.
reference.
The movie
Okay.
Good Burger. Anyway, I will continue. I'm a dude, one of the cis straights, but don't hold it against me. I do my best, LOL. To give a bit of context, my ex is an alcoholic with narcissistic abusive tendencies. We were together for almost 10 years during our 20s. On multiple occasions early in our relationship, she would admit to starting fights based on nothing other than her being bored and restless just to see how far she could push me and see my reactions. This was the start of big red flags, but I think we can all agree that the power of human denial is always the bitch. Over time, it evolved into her using my insecurities against me to wear me down. An example is I'm very introverted, and sometimes I can't keep conversations going, and naturally, that makes it hard for me to meet people. She would say to me often, "No one is going to have the patience to get to know you like I have," which didn't help at all with my self-confidence. As our relationship went on, and me continuing my denial, I just felt more and more anxious and like I was constantly walking on eggshells because she could go off for the simplest of things and my nerves were just shot. If she got drunk enough, sometimes she could get physical. I took a couple of kicks to the head. I'm so sorry. Towards the end of our relationship, she manipulated me into an open relationship under the false pretense of wanting to explore her bisexuality. However, it ended up being a one-sided dynamic where she just kept hooking up with other dudes, and any attempt for me to explore with other women was absolutely out of the question, and I had to deal with a massive jealousy outburst, and I eventually just stopped trying. Oh my God. Jeez. We eventually moved to another state, and I was getting the feeling that she was using the open relationship to shop around for someone to essentially replace me with while stringing me along as her financial security. For instance, she got herself a DUI and needed me to pay the majority of her legal fees. She would gaslight me anytime I tried to express to her how I felt like she was pulling away and like I was being replaced by saying stuff like, "Sometimes you actively manifest your fears." Like I was just imagining things and she would never take any responsibility. It was always an "I'm sorry, but..." Our relationship ended after she moved out on me suddenly and was pretty much starting to ghost me as she was making plans to move in with some new guy she was falling for, which would have been fine if she would have had the courage to be honest with me and just end things and not string me along and using me. We fizzled out after nearly 10 years without any real closure, but at least I got to keep the dog. It's been a few years since then, and we are no contact, which has been really great for me. I'm still struggling with my confidence and trying to put myself back out there, but the distance has really cleared up how shitty the relationship was, and I know better now to spot the red flags. Now to the bitchuation. I recently was cleaning and getting rid of old shit and came across some of her things. I remember these items to be allegedly very sentimental, despite the fact that she didn't remember to take them when she moved out and never asked about them in the 3 to 4 years we've not been together. Now, would I be the bitch if I just Goodwill this shit instead of trying to get it back to her? Because I don't really feel like opening a door for her back into my life because I doubt she's done any real growth or if she's gotten sober or not. I'm very sorry if this is too long, but I'm curious on y'all's take on this, and maybe it would inspire more men to open up about their experiences with domestic abuse, because it does happen, and men aren't usually taken seriously when they open up about it. Love y'all and love the show, R. I want to hold you. I want to hold you.
Let me tell you something. Absolutely do not give those items to Goodwill.
No.
What you're going to do is put them into a barrel, set them on fire. Set those fucking things on fire. They don't need to be at Goodwill because honestly, I don't think the juju of this person needs to go to another person shopping at Goodwill. You have absolutely no obligation to give those things back to her. It's been 3 to 4 years. If she wanted any of that shit back, she could have come to you for it.
And get it.
And you do not need to open the door to sentimental value. It's hard to have sentimental value when you don't have a feeling. I mean, this woman gaslit you within an inch of your life.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for what
you're manifesting your fears while actively cheating on you
and happen and doing this. And this is, are definitely, unfortunately, not the first time I've heard this story. And you're so right that so many, but the men that I have talked to in real life about this have such you know, I don't want to say it's more shame than a woman that has been through it, but it is so crazy that it is so shamed to speak about being abused.
Yeah.
And that in the year 2026, that we can't abolish that shame to put the anger and to put that placement where it should belong. And that's on the person that is, you know, whether it is choosing or is so mentally ill and is not taking care of themselves that they are acting this way towards another person and are not being and are not working on themselves. You have no need to open the door that you so properly closed, which good for you. And thank you also for sharing your story, because so many people need to hear this story that even after 10 years, you did get out of it and you have moved on and you haven't thought about this shit in 3 to 4 years. And that I'm just so happy for you. And I hope that this does inspire other people to, because it's scary. It's scary when you are brainwashed. You're being brainwashed to be too scared to leave.
That's out there and someone is telling you, I'm the only person that's going to love you. I'm the only person that can understand you or would take the time to get to know you. I don't understand. That is a fucking deeply rotted thing to say to somebody, and it's not true. There's a lot of lids for a lot of different pots out there. And
even then,
there's so many people that will love you.
Yes, and all of the lids and a lot of the pots are hopefully working on themselves and changing and growing as time goes on. So maybe right this second, you're like, oh, there's no one around now. It's like, that doesn't mean all people were out there. It's like they might be out there. And I know that it's like, I'm not saying that like everyone is definitely going to find their one. It's just, we got to keep trying and we got to keep hoping and working for ourselves. Well, and I'm so happy for you.
He's saying he's introverted, and it's like, I think like 50% of the population like self-describes as introverted.
Very much, you know?
That she would be like, you're never going to meet anybody that takes the time to meet you or like know you is fucking crazy.
That's
got other introverted princesses out there that want to date you, I'm sure.
Sounds like you're being a gallum right now, looking into that mirror, and maybe you're thinking about yourself. Maybe you should be thinking about yourself, huh? And I'm talking to the ex. Thinking about yourself and how you should be working on you, okay?
Yeah, well, I'm sure in their narcissism, it's all, I mean, everything's projection there, but like, anyway, burn those things. You know, you said you never got closure. You said you never got closure. Have a little ceremony. I'm not kidding.
This is
Have a little ceremony. Find a little barrel. Find a little your fireplace. Burn that stuff if it's not like plastic and it's not going to release like toxins.
Burn those barrel of monkeys. Set the monkeys aflame.
And when you're doing it, set a bunch of intentions. Let go of everything she told you. Let go of all the insecurities that she tried to build up in you or play on in you. Try to let go of them. Burn them and like get this person out of your life. I know a decade is a really fucking long time, but it's a closed chapter.
This is your closure.
And this is your get a friend, do it alone, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you need. But truly, honestly,
close the chapter.
Think about it. Think about what you need, because you're not going to get closure from her.
Yeah.
You need to get closure for yourself, though.
Yeah.
And this is, I think that whatever you need, if it is bringing a friend or maybe it is something to do by yourself, but actually genuinely think about, what do I need? What do I need to release from this?
Yeah.
And also, not to be like this, but writing down the things you will never put up with ever again that she put you through.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Throw it in
with
there
all the
too.
shit. Burn it with all the shit. We ain't taking that. Get rid of it. We don't need it.
Yeah. We welcome cis straight men to call into this podcast, but we are going to give you very witchy advice.
Yes.
We're like, put on a black robe, light a fire, invite some friends if you want, a coven. It's not a coven, whatever you want.
Get the drums
and,
out.
Say a couple spells and get this demon out of your life.
Have you thought about witching her away?
Yeah. You know, wizard, whatever you want. Thank you so much for telling us your story, R, and let us know what you do with the stuff. And let us know what the stuff is. I want to know what that
what she
wretched woman left at your house
needed so bad. It's like, no,
her
I feel like
sentimental
all of it is manipulation.
Nonsense. All right, let's get into our next voicemail.
Let's do it.
Thank you for calling Who's the Bitch. Tell us in the voicemail who's the bitch. Beep.
Hello, beautiful ladies. Long-time listener, second-time caller. The first time I called was about whether I was a bitch for letting my kids think the family tablet was lost and not telling them where it is.
just to back up, in case anybody hasn't heard that episode, she said that I think her kids were like playing on the tablet too much, and she was like, she hid it and said it was lost, and she felt bad because her husband kind of used it sometimes for some work coverage or whatever. But lost.
Or my husband. And update on that. None of those turds still know where the tablet is. My 10-year-old is starting to wise up, and he's come up to me a couple times and been like, Mom, are you sure you don't know where it is? But anyway, I'm taking that one to my grave. The
Hell yeah. Because you know where everything else is.
So anyway, I've got a new situation for you guys. So I'm done having kids, right? My youngest is 6. I'm done being pregnant. I don't ever want to do it again. My last pregnancy was it was a little traumatic. I mean, I developed preeclampsia after the post 6 weeks. So for people who aren't maybe familiar, you typically really only get that postpartum care up to the 6-week point. And I developed preeclampsia after that. And so we were really lucky that it got caught, and it was a lot of me just being pushy and advocating for myself.
Oh my God.
To finally, get that there. So anyway, and I was bleeding the whole time. It was just a mess. It was a thing. It was tough. And so I went to my doctor, my female doctor, by the way, and asked her about getting my tubes tied. And I get the whole, are you sure? What if
my God,
you want to have more kids?
Oh my God.
Talk to your husband about this. And all that bullshit, happened. And I was just like, wow, lady, okay, thank you. So that didn't go well. And now with the way things are going, and I live in a red state, I'm fortunate enough that I do have the means. I could drive down to Nevada and get an abortion, but who knows if that's going to be an option much longer. So I want my husband to get a vasectomy, but he doesn't want to. And he's just like, you don't understand. It hurts so bad. You don't have balls. You've never been kicking the balls, and it really hurts. And I'm not trying to be dismissive. I'm sure it is very painful.
I'm sure it is.
Not comfortable at all. But I feel like
you gave birth to his children.
It's an easier procedure for him to do than for me to do the full operation tubes tied thing. And I just don't want to put up with the crap of, the sexist crap of trying to get it done here. And anyway, I'm kind of rambling. I'm trying to do this really fast while my husband drops off our youngest at school. So that's why I'm kind of out of breath and a little rambly.
I love this.
Anyway, I think you guys basically know what I'm asking. Am I a bitch for being upset with my husband for not wanting to get a vasectomy? Look, I know I don't have balls. I don't have a penis. I can't understand the pain of it, but I really don't want to get pregnant again. And say, I've got an IUD now, but people get pregnant on those. It happens. And I'm just, yeah. So am I a bitch? Is my husband a bitch? Does he need to just, deal with it and get a vasectomy, or maybe, I don't know. Anyway, any help, any suggestion that you guys have would be greatly appreciated. As always, love you both. You're both great. And thanks so much. Bye.
I guess my first question out the gate is, am I the bitch for not allowing Kara to actually climb through the screen and the phone of which you were calling from so that she could give the vasectomy herself? I'm
on my way to your house with a fucking scalpel right now.
She's coming in hot.
I am so furious for you right now because so many things have happened to you that are bullshit. First of all, the fucking doctor just not giving you your tubal ligation that you asked for and acting like your husband has anything to say about it. I don't care if your husband wants to have 7 more kids.
It's you want to have the children?
But you're in a red state, so I guess that's actually not that fucking
And you said
surprising
down to Nevada,
me.
So I'm not trying to assume here, but that might mean that you might be in Utah. So I feel like that it does, it actually kind of annoys me even further.
Yeah, but the fact is that a vasectomy is it's like a 3 out of a 10 on the pain scale. It is not painful. My husband did it. He was like, it's uncomfortable. It's awkward. I said to my husband, I have been in charge of our birth control by taking the pill or you take an IUD, whatever, for a long time. It is your turn. I have now birthed 2 of your children. I'm done. And he was like, okay. And we scheduled it and he got it done. And I've talked to I do a stand-up joke about this. So I've talked to many, many men about their vasectomies. And maybe none of them want to be a little baby bitch in like at a comedy club, but most of them are like, it wasn't that bad. Almost all of them are like, it wasn't that bad. It's like a little uncomfortable for a few days.
How long was he laid up for?
Laid up? You're not even, it's an outpatient procedure. They don't even put you under.
And this
like, it is, first of all,
you're not even laid up. I thought there was at least like a couple days. Like you're not even out.
He's
just uncomfortable.
He got these specific underwear that have an ice pack in them. You gotta put like a little frozen peas on your ball sack for like a couple days. You can work. You can't exercise probably, but
no, I'm sure they're all upset about that.
I think it's like 3 days total of pain. Maybe at most it's a week. Talk to any woman who is still wearing a diaper after, not to mention 9 months of being pregnant, which is more like 10. And then you're like wearing a diaper for weeks, you're bleeding, you have horrible other side effects that happen from having a baby. And your husband just telling you, sorry, no, it's going to hurt too much.
It's going to hurt my balls.
is unacceptable. And he is absolutely the bitch.
And obviously I've never given childbirth before, but like how could he look you in the eyes and be like, "It'll make my
you don't have balls.
Hurt.
You don't understand. You think our tits
hurt."
don't hurt every month?
But like,
you think
how could he say that?
we don't
Like,
have other parts of our bodies that are sensitive?
Like that? How could someone like? How could that's?
It's
so
honestly
crazy.
Really. Now I'm really happy that you hid the tablet because he doesn't deserve any relief.
He doesn't deserve the fucking tablet.
I'm telling you, like. I think also maybe is it possible that your husband has not really looked into what it is? Because I truly think a lot of men think it is like a dog getting neutered. They think they're literally getting their balls cut off. That is not what it is. They tape your penis up. It's out of the way.
What if they accidentally cut my penis instead?
Like, and then it's a incision on your ball sack that literally gets cauterized and is like a cut for a couple of days. It is not like getting kicked in the balls. It's not like getting kicked in the dick. It's like a totally different thing. I'm not telling you it's going to be a walk in the park and feel good, but it's not even, there is not a remotely a shadow of what it is in comparison to what a woman goes through bringing human lives into this world.
Not even that, even like regardless of bringing a human life into the world, the fact that we are usually the ones in charge of birth control, as well as having to deal with periods for so many years of your life. Even just that alone.
I think you go through more pain having your period for multiple years of your life than you do in a vasectomy. So even if you never want to have kids and you want your husband to get a vasectomy or your partner to get a vasectomy, ask them to get a vasectomy. Give
me that bit.
And say, I've already been, I've gone through period pain. I have this and that. You're probably taking something.
It makes me want to ask Jeff to do it just to ask him to do it.
I know, I was going to say.
And I shouldn't punish him for other men's wrongdoings.
But also, like, the political part of it is crazy too. We live in a red state. I am not covered. I am not okay if I get pregnant. Literally, what if you went and you got an abortion in Nevada, but then you needed some post-abortion care in your state,
and they won't give it to you, and none of it's covered, and
they try to call the cops on you for leaving the state. I mean, who knows what the fucking laws even are or what they will be in the future? This is more than your husband being in a few days of discomfort. You need to ask him to talk to a couple of friends that have gotten it done. He needs to go on the internet and look about what it actually is and educate himself, because just being like, no, you don't get it. Our ball area is so enough. I don't want to hear about it. And this is nuts.
I feel like last time we may have discussed this one other time, but here's the thing, man. It's a Medea. I'm not to slap a Medea on this, and I'm not talking about Tyler Perry. I'm talking about the sex strike. I'm talking about the. I'm talking about.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's like, okay, you're not going to do it. Well, then I guess
we're not having sex because I don't feel comfortable getting pregnant.
Yep, I really don't. It's going to hurt
coming
a
inside
lot
of me more for me to drive to Nevada and get an abortion. Which, by the way, an abortion is more painful, probably in some ways than a vasectomy.
Sure.
That's how much a vasectomy is not that painful because some abortions can be pain-free.
And I'm not saying that, like, yeah, I'm sure getting hit in the balls, I'm sure it fucking hurts. Like, I'm sure that sucks.
It's not that.
It's just not. You just.
My husband was fine. It took 3 days. I mean, play him this video. Play him this podcast. It's not that big of a deal. Talk to a couple guys that have done it. Step up.
Don't play the video though.
Birth control is for both of you. Birth control is for the two of you.
Yeah, it's for both of you. It's not just for you.
You're both part of family planning.
You
don't just get to throw it on your wife's plate and say, my little weenie can't get hurt. Fuck off.
I don't want them to tape my penis to my belly. What happens if they tape my penis to my belly and then I come in my belly button and then I start having babies out of my belly button? And then he's like, so if he asks that, be like, well, seahorses do it, so figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, seahorses do it. Yeah,
right?
It's pretty funny. Okay. All right. We're going to read one last email. And this is a little bit similar to another one that we've read today, but I think it's interesting. Hey, ladies, I absolutely love the show. Jackie, you are my spirit animal, my vampire muse. I love you so much.
Let's be vampires.
Kara, you have the voice for radio, so soothing and sexy. Ooh, thank you so much.
Sweet. Wow.
Thank you. Okay, let's hop right in. I, 32 female, and my boyfriend, 26 male, have been dating for a little over a year. I am in love. I have been in quite a few shitty relationships, but this one has been smooth sailing, so much communication, and he really is such a wonderful man. The only real issue we have is in our relation to sexy time. Our sex drives are pretty much on the opposite ends of the spectrum. I do my best to maintain a once a week type thing, but our schedules are quite opposite as well, so it makes it hard to have time any other days besides the weekend. And if I have my period, then obviously we go longer. I'm terrified of getting pregnant in this economy. Stop it.
I mean, yeah.
However, I have noticed he becomes less and less talkative or open towards me the longer we go without having sex. He claims he is depressed and it is quote unquote situational. And he quote doesn't want his problem to be my problem, end quote. But then he goes in his computer room and I can hear him laughing and having a great time with his friends, which hurts my feelings because I know the issue is with us. Anyway, I hope I gave enough context. I'm just trying to figure out who's the bitch. Am I the bitch for not, quote unquote, putting out or trying harder to maintain a consistent schedule for sexy time? Or is he the bitch for getting depressed and moody with me when we can't make time to sleep together? Hopefully hearing back from you, Jessica.
Now,
and this is and in her subject line, it was about the age gap, something about how it's an age gap because he's 26 and she's 32. That's not a huge age gap. It's 6 years.
No, but I guess part of this conversation, I think that needs to happen between the two of you is discussing his depression. I mean, I think bringing up like, what do you think that it affects? Like, where do you, and like actually, and hopefully encouraging him to get therapy if that is something that you are able to get in your area and it is something that hopefully you can get covered. Because I do know that it's an expensive thing, but I wonder if there's more to this because I feel like going into the other room and then laughing with his friends, it doesn't necessarily mean he's not depressed. It just means that that is what is helping him. So I think it is the conversation of what helps you and maybe talking it out will get him or you to a place of being like, I need more sex in my life. Or is it because we're not having enough sex? Is there something like, and then the conversation would continue into how can we create more intimacy between the two of us and both of us still be happy with this relationship? Because it's not necessarily, I would say, about, as someone that I also get sad and weird and distant if I don't have sex for a long time. And this is something that I have definitely worked on in therapy for a long time because it has a lot to do with how I feel about myself. And then my confidence starts going down. And then I stop giving as much and so it all relates to each other of like, oh, well, this begats that and this begats that. And that's where it's all coming from. And I realized the sadder and weirder and more distant I got, that doesn't mean you're going to be having more sex. It wasn't until you could voice it.
This is my question that I would love some clarity on here is, let's say you lived together. I'm assuming you don't because you said you've only been living together for a little over a year and that you're kind of only seeing each other on the weekends because of schedules.
Or you've been dating for a little over a year. You said living together for over a year.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've only been together for a little over a year. So if you're not, let's say you were to start living together, would you be interested then in having sex more often if you guys were sleeping in the same bed every night together?
Because then the schedules might...
Because the schedules would align? Is this purely scheduling for you, or are you just the kind of person that really only wants to have sex once a week? That's what I would like to know. If you guys go on like a vacation together, are you fucking every day? Or are you like... No, once a week is kind of it for me, because then that is almost like what we talked about with our first caller or our earlier caller is like, or emailer, I forgot. Like you guys need to have a conversation about the sex drive and what the expectations are. Like he'd like to be doing it 3 times a week. You'd like to be doing it once a week, whatever.
But even then, is that full penny? Are we talking like we want a full like 45-minute session? Like I feel like the idea of getting off and what everybody needs and what they're looking for is different for every single person. So maybe if in having this conversation, it's like, you know, like rather like maybe you're both exhausted. It's like, I don't even have the energy for full on sex. You want to jerk off in front of each other?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like there are ways to create intimacy that I mean, it's like, and if that works and you both are like, it creates intimacy and you both get off and you both can fall asleep and it's something that's...
Or you're just making out for a while and snuggling and cuddling together and touching each other. Like there's
intimacy
a million
comes
things.
in all forms. That's why I keep saying the word intimacy.
Sometimes I feel like a 26-year-old man is like, no, the only thing is
full. But then... Maybe it's part of the discussion of, has he ever had the discussion but it could be so much more, that maybe it doesn't just have to, you know, as us older women, you know, Jessica, I just feel like bringing this to them of being like, it could be 32. So much 32. Yeah. No, I just, because she was talking about the age gap, but just saying that like of bringing the idea to him of like, you know, we don't just have to hump the day away like jackrabbits just to be able to nurture our relationship, unless that is what he requires. And then that's a further conversation.
Yeah, because like you guys are only having sex once a week, but the weekend is 2 days. Can you guys be having sex a couple times over the weekend, 3 times over the weekend? Like if it's a scheduling thing.
Right.
Otherwise, it sounds like it's it's just your drive. You don't really need it that much, but are you willing to...
Well, are you willing to change that?
Are you willing to change that for him if this is something that, you know, because I just feel like if this is a guy who's 26, he might be like, I like to have sex every other day. Like, I would love that. And if you're like,
that's too much.
Are you saying I can't make that happen because of schedules or because of you? Right. And that's what I want to know.
Also, either answer is completely acceptable. It's just what that answer is for you.
Totally. So I think having a conversation about it, obviously, nobody wants to get pregnant. I get that.
No, especially Anna's going to be.
Yeah. And if you said, if I have my period, obviously we go longer. It's not obvious, babe. Some people have sex with their period.
Yeah.
I mean, people have sex on period all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Once you've been together with somebody for a year, it's like if you're totally in love, these are things you should be able to like talk about and have conversation about.
Yeah.
You can put down a towel. A lot of guys are fine with that. Mm-hmm. But this guy, I mean, he's 26. Maybe he's never done that before. I don't know. I'm just saying this is conversation. This is more conversation. You guys have to have a talk and be like, it's not his problem. When he goes, I don't want my problem to be your problem. That's not a problem. It's not a problem that he wants more sex.
Unless that's why, though, it's like, what does he think that he has a problem?
Does he think he has a problem? Like he wants to be having sex every minute?
That, or does he feel like he can't keep the erection, or he's nervous about getting off, and so then the anxiety, then he gets lost in the anxiety, and so then it's other things. It's like, I wonder, it's like my problem, or is he saying that his problem is that he wants sex more than you want? I've got 1,000 questions.
You just should be able to sit and have a conversation. And I just don't want you to be like, And I feel this way as like a person that hangs out with a lot of people that are several years younger than me, Jackie included. Sometimes I'll just be like, no, it's like, it's cool. I'm like young like you. And I mean, like I do feel young, but I'm just saying, don't get into this like thing where you're like, no, it's fine. Like, we don't need to talk about this because like we're just young and wild and free. Like if this is something important that you want to talk about and he's a 26-year-old man that might not want to talk about it, you got to bring it up. You got to have conversations. You can't be truly in love with this person if you're not communicating about all these things. And anything that's happening in the relationship that's habitually causing one of you to pull away from the other one needs to be addressed.
Yes.
That's like, that can't keep happening.
No.
And it's like, like that can't be. That can't go on. So let's nip it in the bud and like, let's interrogate yourself a little bit. Like, wow, would I have sex with him more if we were around each other more? Or is it just, I really just feel like once a week is good for me and I don't need any more.
Right.
But could you get to a place where he wants it 10 times a week, you want it once? Could you guys get to 4?
Somewhere in the middle.
Could you get somewhere in the middle,
Because this is something that is going to keep coming up.
Yeah.
It needs to be discussed. You guys have only been together for a little over a year. And
you're saying the communication is amazing.
It's great.
So if the communication is amazing, why have we stopped here? We got to keep going with what's happening. You got to have this combo.
But I think it's because, which I do understand. I feel like Jessica was like, it's like he obviously knows about the issue. So, and I do understand, I get that. And you're like, well, so let's just discuss it more. But maybe, God, really hung up on my problem shouldn't be your problem.
Yeah, that's
really hung
what's
up
like,
on that.
That's not what the issue is. He doesn't have a problem. He has something that he wants or needs maybe, and you guys need to talk about what it is.
Yeah.
If he thinks he has a sex addiction, that's a totally other thing that a professional needs to weigh in on, I would say.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. It's not, that part ain't for us. But thank you so much for writing in because I get excited to talk about sex. Like I like discussing sexual communication.
Yeah.
I find it fascinating. I find like what we discuss during pillow talk fascinating. I find like it's like the different conversations around sex. I like that like it's always changing. Mm-hmm. And that's something that we have to remember. And that even if you're like, my partner and I have talked about this, but it's like, have you re-upped the conversation?
Yeah,
also lots is going on in the world right now. I think a lot of us also probably not feeling our sexiest while World War III begins around us, but that's part of the conversation.
Him having like a situational, like depressive episodes or something like that, and then going into a room and talking to his friends and goofing around and stuff, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's you guys.
Right.
It could mean that he feels safe enough with you to really be like sort of more moody and upset and
vulnerable.
And then when he goes in and he puts on a brave face with his bros, like, maybe they're gaming. I don't know what they're doing on Zoom. What are they doing in the other room? But whatever. That's totally like, don't like internalize that as like, he's capable of having a good time and he's not having a good time with me because of this issue. Like that just seems like a separate thing. And you guys just have to get to the bottom of like what you both need for this.
But I think you can.
You totally can.
I think you definitely can.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like everything is going well for you guys. And the fact that you said that the communication is going well means that maybe this is just the beginning. And I wish you so much luck. Please send us an update, though. I would love to hear more.
Yeah, let us know how the
conversation
combo goes. I want to know.
Yeah.
Well, we had another voicemail, but we really don't have time for it. So we'll do it next week.
Okay.
Guys, as always, the bitchlings, the beautiful bitchling community.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for get your BuzzBallz up.
Yeah.
Get that ring. Get in on that auction. I mean, I'm sorry, it's too late. It's too late.
Kara. They're already upset about it.
Next week's episode, we are going to actually at the BITCHathon, we will talk about what it went for and whether our predictions were correct. So tune in with us tomorrow for that BITCHathon. It's 4 to 7 Pacific, 7 to 10 Eastern. It's at youtube.com/@who'sthebee. You can watch, you can call in, you can literally just fuck around and chat with people
And
in the
find out.
comments.
Yeah.
Everybody in the comments is so funny. The comments like crack me up every time we do a live show. And we'll
Come join us. You
We'll
don't
be
have to
out
pay
on the
anything.
lanai drinking BuzzBallz. It's totally free.
Yes.
So come join us. And
as always, if you can't come hang out with us during the BITCHathon, I was going to say BITChuation-thon. Yeah, the BITCHathon. If you can't hang out with us, get in your bitchuations. Who'sthebitch.com is where you can go to get at us. You can email us. You can voicemail us. You can send us a pigeon, but it might take too long, and I don't know if the pigeon's going to make it because I'm going to kill it. I won't.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Wow, that's where I'm ending the show. Thank you guys so much for joining
us.
Bye.
We'll see you
Welcome
next
to our
week.
first filmed episode. Tune in next week.
I'll be
because it's
wearing
gonna
better
keep-
flip-flops next week.
Please,
Ugh.
because everybody's puking until then.
Humiliated. Bye.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Why have I asked my HVAC guy I found on Angie.com to change my grandpa's trachea tube? Because I was so amazed by how quickly he replaced our air ducts. I knew I could trust him to change Pop-Pop's tube while I was on vacation.
Make it quick, young man.
Aw, see? Pop-Pop trusts you.
I think we should call a doctor.
Connecting homeowners with skilled pros for over 30 years. Angie, the one you trust to find the ones you trust. Find pros for all your home projects at Angie.com.
There's a fire inside you can't ignore. Stand still? Not a chance. You're a lifelong learner who's come this far. Now, we're here to help you keep going further. Capella University. What can't you do? Visit capella.edu to learn more.